Sip, 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 sip.
The voice you are about to hear belongs to one of these three men. Listen.
Pink lemonade, pink lemonade. We sipped it slowly while the music softly played.
What is your name, please?
My name is Dr. Warren Nadell.
My name is Randy Starr.
My name is Dr. Warren Nadell, and I'm also known as Randy Starr.
Only one of these men is the real Dr. Warren Nadell, known also as Randy Starr. The other two are imposters and will try to fool this panel. Tom Poston, Sally Ann Howes, the host of CBS Television's Password, Alan Lennon, and Kitty Carlisle, on To Tell the Truth with your host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and welcome once again to Tell the Truth, brought to you this week by Anacin, the headache remedy with a special combination of ingredients to relieve pain, fight depression, calm jittery nerves. Anacin. Good evening, panel.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you all this evening? Sally Ann, nice to have you back with us again.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
Been away too long. Alan, you have some news for us. I believe your show Password is changing to Sunday nights, is it not?
Yes, September 16th. That's week after, sometime September 16th. 6:30 New York time, that is. When is September 16th?
Well, all right. Please open your envelopes, if you will, panel, for the first time tonight, and take out your first affidavit card and follow along as I read. I, Dr. Warren Nadell, am also known as Randy Starr. I operate under two different names in two different worlds. As Dr. Nadell, I am a practicing dentist with an office in Manhattan. As Randy Starr, I am a composer and recording artist of popular music, mostly rock and roll. I started songwriting when I was in dental school. To date, I have written some 250 songs with a total record sale of more than 2 million copies. Signed, Dr. Warren Nadell. Panel, you heard these gentlemen all claiming to be Dr. Warren Nadell, singing dentist, I guess you might call him. Let's start this questioning with Tom Poston. Tom?
Oh, thank you, Bud. Dear Doctor, number 3, maybe you could tell me, in 4/4 time, how many beats in a triplet?
In 4/4 time, there are still 3 beats to a triplet.
Thank you. Number 2, what does impacted actually mean in dental terms?
Impacted means when the tooth is starting to decay.
Thank you. Number 1, do you happen to know what edema is?
Yes, edema is tissue swelling with fluid invagination.
Wow.
You see?
Number 2, what's another name for traumatic edema? Let's really be funny here.
A traumatic edema occurs...
I'm sorry, you don't have to answer that because the bell saved everything. Sally Ann.
Thank you, Bud. Number 1, could you tell me what gingivitis is?
Why, yes, gingivitis is inflammation of the gums.
Oh.
Eating too much ginger.
Number 2, are you a member of any particular organization like ASCAP? What would you be a member of?
I am a member of ASCAP, but it isn't necessary as a rock and roll singer.
I see. Oh, that's true. Number 3, could you tell me who Andy Wiswell is?
Andy Wiswell is an A&R man for one of the record companies, Capitol, I believe.
Thank you. Number 2, who's WB?
William B.
Thank you. Number 1, what is your range?
Alan.
Is that number 1?
Number 2, who publishes your music?
I'm using Mayflower.
Number 3, are you a member of ASCAP?
Yes, I'm a member of ASCAP.
Number 1, are you ASCAP?
Yes, I am. I'm a member.
Number 2, are you BMI too?
I am now, yes.
Number 3, were your first songs BMI?
My first songs were BMI.
Number 1, it's swelling with fluid of what?
Well, to be technical, edema is usually a medical entity, and it's tissue swelling in any given part of the body with fluid invagination.
Number 3, what's this beat? Bubba, bubba, bubba. I don't know what that means, but what's this beat?
You've heard that song, Invagination.
Oh, I had a good question there. But you had to sing, all right.
Number 3, what is a bud in dentistry, in teeth?
A bud would be the beginning formation of a tooth.
Number 2, who's the head of Capitol Records?
I think, I'm not sure. I'd rather...
Number 1, how many teeth does the average adult have?
The average adult has 32 teeth. If he does not grow his wisdom teeth, he has 28.
Number 1, when you first started your rock, huh?
Until leap year makes it 29.
Number 3, do you read music?
That's all the time we have, I'm sorry to say, pal. But you will waste time with idle chatter, so now get to the business of marking your ballots, if you will, please. And, of course, without consultation, vote now and without change for number 1, number 2, or number 3. The team of challengers will, of course, receive $250 for every incorrect vote.
Between work and sleep, there is play. But in 1941, play changed forever when America met the TV game show.
Oh, bless you.
BUZZR invites you to our year-long party.
Boy, oh boy.
Celebrating 75 years of TV's greatest game shows.
That's a terrific thing to do.
Where else can you celebrate fashion?
This is shocking.
Newsmakers.
I take it that you are a performer?
Oh, yeah. Movers.
My age, it's about as much fun as I can have anywhere.
And shakers.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Plus rare shows. Documentaries, special surprises, big chances to win, and all the games you know and love.
Yes, sir.
That means I can stay home in bed.
Come celebrate with us all year long, only on BUZZR. Let's play.
I'll be there, I swear.
All set?
Yes.
All marked. Tom, for whom did you vote?
Number 1. I caught 2 and 3 in small lies. But that's a beautiful answer for edema, isn't it? Even if it's not true.
That made me feel dreadful because I didn't catch anybody. But number 1 was so beautifully brief. But number 3 seemed to know who Andy Wiswell was, which seemed to be a very sort of interesting answer.
Alan, your vote.
Number 3. I caught number 2 in a small error about ASCAP and singers. ASCAP having nothing to do with singers, particularly. 1 was too good. It has to be 3.
Kitty.
I voted for number 1 because of his answer on edema, and also number 2 said that impacted meant decay, and I don't think that's correct. It might be number 3.
Right, there we have it. 2 for 1 and 2 for 3. It's a split vote all the way down the line. Let's see what we can do with it now as we learn which one of these gentlemen is the real singing dentist. So will the real Dr. Warren Randy Nadell Starr please stand up? Very good. All right, let's find out about these other 2 now. Number 1, may we have your real name? You got half the votes, and what do you really do?
Good. My name is Mort Stoyer. I'm a travel agent with All Nations Tours and a children's camp director.
And it has... He has a very vivid imagination. Number 2, may we have your real name, and what do you do?
My name is John R. Ball. I'm president of John of Fifth Avenue Incorporated. We make high-fashion wigs for women and custom-made hairpieces for men.
Randy, I wonder if we could persuade you to give us a small sample of one of your songs.
Okay. This one is my latest song. It's called Half-Hearted Love. Absent-minded kisses, little white lies. There's no use pretending I can see it in your eyes. You don't want to hurt me, but my heart knows that it's true. It's a half-hearted love I get from you.
50% success and 50% failure on the part of the panel. That means 2 incorrect at $250 each. Anybody can add that up. That's $500, and not bad coming at any time. That is from Anison, as well as a gift package of fine products from the makers of Anison, and thank you very much for being with us. Good night, and God bless you. And now a word about Anison.
Next time you buy a pain reliever, think. How many kinds of pain? Your husband's tension headaches, mother's minor pain of arthritis arising from deep in bones and joints, your son's aches and muscle strains. For these many kinds of pain, you want the combination of pain relievers in Anison. There's a big difference in Anison that makes a big difference in the way you feel. Anison contains extra ingredients, missing from aspirin, still missing with buffering. Extra ingredients that make a big difference in the relief Anison brings. Fast relief, without stomach upset. Yes, Anison is like a doctor's prescription. That is, a combination of ingredients for fast, more complete relief of tension headaches. Hours of relief of neuritis, neuralgia, minor pain of arthritis, rheumatism, muscle strain, backache. So for these many kinds of pain, get Anison. The big difference in Anison makes a big difference in the way you feel.
And now let's meet our next team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Hubert Trent, and this is my friend, Janine Gilles.
My name is Janine Gilles, and my friend is Hubert Trent.
My name is Hubert Trent.
Je suis son ami et je m'appelle Janine Gilles.
Very well, panel, you've had an interested look. Now, follow along with your copies of this next affidavit, if you will, please. I, Hubert Trent, owe my life to Janine Gilles. Until 2 days ago, I had not seen her since before D-Day, when my plane was shot down over Normandy in France. I am one of the 68 Allied airmen whom Madame Gilles hid and then smuggled to safety under the very noses of the occupying German troops. Madame Gilles persisted in her work despite the fact that apprehension would have almost certainly resulted in death before a German firing squad. She is one of the resistance heroines of France and one of her country's most decorated women. In addition to decorations from the United States and Britain, she holds 6 French medals, including the Legion of Honor and the Croix de Guerre. Signed, Hubert Trent. Now, panel, let me point out. This is the story of 2 people. Listen carefully, panel, please. The story of 2 people. However, Madame Gilles speaks no English. So will you please confine all your questions only to the gentleman in the case, please? And may I point out again that one of these couples is actually Janine Gilles and Hubert Trent. And we'll start this cross-examination with Kitty Carlisle. Kitty?
Thank you, Bud. This is a very touching and moving story. Number 1, what were the maquis?
Underground resistance.
Number 2, who was the head of the French government when you were shot down?
Well, de Gaulle was the head of the government in exile.
Number 3, who was the head of the French government in France?
I don't know.
Number 1, where was the Nevada when you were shot down?
The battleship Nevada?
Yes.
Waiting for the invasion.
Number 2, can you tell me what kind of food you had in Madame Gilles' house?
I would say rather excellent food considering the conditions.
Tom Poston.
Thank you. Let me find out if I can. Number 1, did you fly?
Yes.
Number 2?
Yes.
Number 3, were you a flyer?
Yes.
Actually, a pilot, I mean.
Well, I was co-pilot.
In what type of aircraft, number 3?
Number 3?
Number 3.
A B-17.
Do you know the name of the turret, the upper turret in the B-17?
The top turret.
You know the name, who made it?
No, I don't.
Number 2, what plane did you fly, may I?
B-24.
You know the name of that turret?
The Sperry turret?
Sally Ann House.
Thank you, Brad. Number 1, could you tell me the English general at that particular time?
Montgomery.
Thank you. Number 2, could you tell me the small islands that you go across before you get to Normandy?
The Jersey Islands, Guernseys.
And number 3, could you tell me, are there any more islands there?
I don't know.
Number 1?
There's another small group. I don't remember the name.
Thank you. Number one, could you tell me how long it took to fly from, did you say you came from England?
Yes.
From England to Normandy? What was the hour?
Time or hour?
I mean, how many hours or minutes or...
Well, it varied. It took approximately 45 minutes, but this depends on circling, you see.
Alan Ludden.
Number 3, where were you stationed?
In England.
In what field? What locale?
Thorpe Abbott.
Number 2, how long did it take you to fly from your station to your mission?
After we passed the English coast, it took about 45 minutes.
45 minutes from the coast?
To the French coast.
How long from your station to the coast, number 3?
About half an hour.
Number 1.
Well, I guess that's it, and that's all the time we have. Now, I'm going to depart a little from tradition and give you an additional clue. It isn't going to help you one bit, otherwise I wouldn't do it. There's been a motion picture made of Madame Gilles' activities, and it's a very thrilling and wonderful thing. And I'd like you to meet now the young lady who plays the part of Madame Gilles in that motion picture. She's seated in our audience, a lovely French actress, Irina Demick.
Whatever happened to Lazy Boy? Sit back, relax. Here's the story of the famous lounger. Designed in 1928, their first recliner was made with wood from a fruit crate. By 1981, sales topped 150 million, and those numbers aren't padded.
Thank you very much, Mademoiselle Demick. All right, now, mark your ballots with that extra information I gave you. Mark them quick. Mark them now and irrevocably. And without consultation, of course. And we start with you, Tom. For whom did you vote?
Voted for number 2. I thought Sperry was right for the answer to the upper local turret, but everybody was so smart. I don't know. It was a wonderful thing anyway.
Sally Ann, your vote.
I agree. I voted for number 2, too, because he seemed to know about the islands between the coasts.
Alan?
I voted for number 3 for no particular reason, except I was lucky on 3 once before tonight.
And your selection,
I voted for number 1. I think he gave the best answers on the Maquis. Of course, we all asked different questions. You know, we didn't get the same answer, but I think it was number 1.
Very well, the votes are in. Minds are all made up. Good reasons given. Let's see how sound they are and how well they stand up when the truth is known. As we learn which one of these gentlemen was actually rescued by Madame Janine Gilles. Will the real Hubert Trent please stand up? Yes, sir.
I just wanted to know the name of that motion picture that you told us about.
The Longest Day. The Longest Day. May I say to Madame Gilles, nous nous sentons extrêmement honorés et enchantés de vous avoir parmi nous ce soir.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur. Merci beaucoup.
How about that? All right, well, had it all written. Now, gentlemen, let's see, number 1, would you tell us your real name and what you really do, please?
My name is Thomas Mitchell. I sell Norelco electric shavers, radios, and Norelco hearing aids.
And Madame numéro 1, dites-nous, s'il vous plaît, qui êtes-vous?
My name is Adelaide Romaine. I was opera singer.
And gentleman number 2, your name and what you do, please.
My name is Gil Shawn, creative director for Warsaw Studio, advertising art and photography.
And Madame number 2, your name.
My name is René Paranos. I am managing the boutique at Elisabeth Arden.
Thank you. Well, indeed, a great thrill for us to be in the presence of so great a heroine. I hope someone will translate that for her later. And as far as the money is concerned, 1 correct only, 3 incorrect at $250 each. No matter how you slice it up, that's $750 from Anderson. And, of course, a gift package of fine Anderson products for each of you. Thank you very much. Good night, bonsoir, and God bless
you. Can you guess what's next? The host of this show discovered he won a major award while he was on the air. Know the host and the show? Stay tuned. What's up next? If you guessed What's My Line, you're right. In 55, Dorothy Kilgallen surprised host John Daly with the Peabody Award on the show. What's My Line is next.
And so, panel, may I present our third team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Stanley Dangerfield.
My name is Stanley Dangerfield.
My name is Stanley Dangerfield.
May I ask you to follow along with your copies of this third affidavit, panel? I, Stanley Dangerfield, am one of the world's foremost authorities on dogs. I have written 5 books on the subject, and I also do a weekly television program for the British Broadcasting Company on doggy matters. In addition, my work as a professional dog show judge involves me in considerable international travel. In the past 12 months alone, I have judged dog shows in Ireland, Scotland, France, Italy, Finland, Brazil, and the United States. Signed, Stanley Dangerfield. Very well, panel, these 3 gentlemen, as you heard, all claim to be Stanley Dangerfield, International Dog Authority, and we'll start this round with Sally Ann Hobbs.
Thank you, Bud. Number 1, could you tell me who Eric Maschwitz is?
With the BBC.
Thank you. Number 2, do you agree with that?
Yes.
Number 3, who's Pat Hilliard?
I don't know.
Number 2?
I don't know.
Number 1?
Don't know, I'm sorry.
Number 1, could you tell me what color is a Yorkshire Terrier when it's born?
I think they retain their same color throughout the years, don't they?
Number 2?
It's a pale fawn color.
Number 3?
I think it's fairly dark.
Thank you. Number 3 is a Weimaraner a short-haired or long-haired dog?
Oh, it's short-haired.
Could you tell me what...
Alan. The dog that wins the Westminster Dog Show in Madison Square Garden each year, is he the world's champion? Number 3, I beg your pardon, number 3.
No.
Number 2, what is he? How is he titled? What's the champion's title?
He's champion, but what's his name? You say?
I mean, what was the yes? All right, number 2. What was the name of the winner this past year?
I don't know.
Number 1, do you know the name of the winner this past year?
I wasn't here, no, sir.
Number 3.
I don't know the name.
You don't hear about our shows here. Number 1, what about a wire-haired dachshund? Is that a regular dachshund, or is that another breed of dog?
It's the same breed, but different. It's a long-haired.
How many kinds of dachshunds?
Kitty.
Number 1, what do you consider the most intelligent breed of dog?
Caniche.
Number 2, what does a Staffordshire Bull Terrier look like?
Staffordshire Bull Terrier is half bulldog and...
What color?
He's a brindle with a little...
Number 3, who is Sidney Bernstein?
I'm sorry?
Sidney Bernstein.
He's head of one of the networks in England.
Number 1, what network do you work for in
BBC.
England? BBC. Number 2, what is Granada?
It's another television radio network.
Number 3, what do you consider the most wonderful dog for children?
A Labrador Retriever.
Labrador Retriever?
Yes.
Number 1, what color is a setter?
Tom Poston.
Fawnish.
Number 1, what breeds are in the Bedlington Terrier? Do you happen to know?
I'm sorry, sir.
What breeds comprise the Bedlington Terrier?
Just the Bedlington Terrier.
Well, it's maybe number 2. Let me ask you. It's made up of 2 separate breeds. Do you know what they are?
It is terrier breeds. I don't know which...
Well, thank you. Number 3, you judged...
That's all the time we have, I'm sorry to say. So let's all wag our tails, pant a bit, and mark the ballots, if you will, please. And mark them right now without consultation, voting as you do so for number 1, number 2, or number 3.
There are words
Eager.
that lead to other words.
Beaver.
And to other words that are good to know.
Oh, whammies.
They're all words to live by. Super password and press your luck.
Big bucks.
Big bucks. I thought you said big, well.
Weeknights starting at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. Only on BUZZR. Let's play.
That's Mark. All right. Thomas, for which one this time?
Well, I voted for number 3. Only reason I remember is because one of the breeds is a Dandy Dinmont. So you can't beat that for a breed of dog. I forget what the other one is, but I thought it was number 3 because of his answers.
Sally Ann.
Well, I voted for number 3, too. It was very difficult because number 1 knew who Eric Maschwitz was, but the other two got the colors wrong of a Yorkshire Terrier, and they're very dark when they're born.
Alan?
I voted for number 1 because I like the way he answered Tom, and number 2 thinks Granada's a network, and it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Well, I was wrong about that.
Ooh, Kitty, your vote.
I voted for number 3 because he knew who Sidney Bernstein was. I thought they all gave wonderful answers.
Yes, yes.
And so we bark our way down to the final moment of truth. Let's learn right now, without further ado, which one of these gentlemen is the real international authority on dogs. So will the real Stanley Dangerfield please stand up? Very, very good, very good. Number 1, would you tell us your real name and what you really do?
Yes, sir. I'm John Francis Izard. I'm the general manager of the Stanhope Hotel at 81st Street and 5th Avenue.
Thank you, sir. And number 2, your real name and what do you do, please?
My name is N. Hayden Stubbing, and I'm a painter.
Thank you, sir. Well, I'm sorry for your sake that the panel was that smart, but with only 1 incorrect, that's a large total of $250. But even that is not to be sneezed at, and we hope that any balance may have been made up in the fun that we hope you had. You brought us a very pleasurable evening, and we thank you very much for that. Good night. Well, opening a gift package of the fine products from the makers of Addison waiting for you on your way out. And now a word about Dristan decongestant tablets.
Brother, my sinuses are killing me. I've taken aspirin, but my sinuses are still congested.
Sir, aspirin was never designed to drain sinuses or relieve pressure, but Dristan was.
For my cold, I tried all-day cold capsules, but my bones still ache. I still feel feverish.
Madam, they contain no ingredient to relieve aches and fever of a cold, but Dristan does. You get more complete relief from sinus congestion and cold's miseries with Dristan decongestant tablets.
Well, it was fun. You can't say it wasn't.
It was wonderful.
And it was thrilling, too, wasn't it, having Madame Gilles on?
Yeah.
We didn't dare have anybody question, of course, the real Madame Gilles because Kitty speaks French like a native, and I assume you do, too, do you, Sally Ann?
Isn't it dreadful? Mine is so awful. I'm afraid the English are not very good at French. They don't get rid of the accent.
Oh, really?
Sally had trouble with the English accent, though. She couldn't understand those gentlemen very well.
Well, fair enough. That's all we have time for. Good night, and thank you, panel. And so until next week at the same time on Nighttime to Tell the Truth, and tomorrow afternoon on Daytime to Tell the Truth, Bud Collier saying good night for Addison and reminding you to tell the truth. Bye.
And now, a word about SanaFlush.
If you hate to scrub that bathroom bowl with cloths, cleansers, and bleaches, you need SanaFlush Bathroom Bowl Cleaner. This beaker illustration shows how SanaFlush cleans the modern way. In minutes, its chemical boosters remove dingy film that forms in any water, even dissolves hard water rust ring. Cleans brighter because it contains the stain-removing chemical sodium binoxalate. Pour, let stand, swish, flush. It's no work at all with SanaFlush.
To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson-Bill Todman production.
The preceding program was pre-recorded.
Have you heard about the new amusement park called Pete and Gladys? You can get there next on most of these stations.
To Tell the Truth has been brought to you tonight by Anacin to relieve headache, pain, fight depression, and calm jittery nerves. Johnny Olson saying goodnight for To Tell the Truth.